Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here with Jason Blaha Strength and Fitness, and today I thought I would chat with you guys and gals about the 4 cornerstones of strength. But a quick reminder, if you guys will please click like down below, be greatly appreciated. If you're not subscribed or following, please do so. And if you'll be kind enough to drop me a comment down below, I'd appreciate it so much. Thank you. And so, again, I've been coaching a long time. 48, coming up on 49 years old. A decently strong guy on raw strength for a guy my age, and I'm decently fit. And I've coached quite a few national level lifters, have athletes in different sports, strongman, Olympic lifting, different types of fighting. And here's what I'm going to say about strength. This is where I tend to agree with Louis Simmons. And I know for some people, even they see me doing a lot of these classic lifts, they see me promoting raw lifting, they're like, well, why Louis Simmons? Because he was smart and he knew what he was doing. And he coached athletes in a wide variety of endeavors. And again, I really do think he paved the way with a lot of stuff. But he actually had 4 cornerstones. And I don't think we need to use his terms, the West Side terms, but I'm going to give tribute and say what they are. He called it maximum effort, dynamic effort, repetition effort, and GPP. Those are the 4 cornerstones. Okay, we see where we're going with this. Now, what do these represent to everybody else? What do we think of as max effort? Really, really heavy work, right? Generally stuff in the 1 to 3 rep range, but as he would say, it's 1 rep really, How do we develop maximum strength? By lifting heavy weight, right? This is where you develop the highest rate of force production, because that is what it is. Strength is measured as the production of force against an external object, okay? So we train that most effectively with max effort lifts, heavy singles. I mean, some people will say doubles and triples, and I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm not even saying doing rep work, top end sets won't increase strength. Look, dude, you take say your 2 rep max and you keep doing top end sets with it, you get it to 3, 4, 5 reps, your max is going to go up. Or we already know this. This is a given. But if you're really trying to maximize it, yeah, heavy singles, max effort. Lifting, in other words, let's take it over instead of taking the max effort, let's say lifting really heavy weight. So what are we really going to talk about? We're going to talk about heavy lifting, right? What's the cornerstone of strength? Lifting really heavy, okay? Then we need to focus on hypertrophy also, doing rep work, okay? Any form of explosive training, instead of saying Louis Simmons is dynamic, how about anything that trains speed and power? Is that going to carry over? Absolutely. And then instead of even just his GPP, let's just say general conditioning, any sort of strength-based conditioning. But again, that's still what Louis Simmons called GPP, okay? Whereas his SPP for powerlifters is, of course, the max effort work. For those who don't know, that's general physical preparedness and then specific physical preparedness or sport-specific training. So again, you saw me doing heavy maxes there, heavy singles, right? Doing that all raw. So then what do we mean by repetition work? What do we mean by hypertrophy work? Well, perfect example. What do you see me doing over here? We're doing a supplemental lifts, right? This is not the bench press, this is an incline bench. But you get good at rep work, you get real strong, and you build muscle on rep work on this, say, well, how about weighted dips? How about incline bench, right? Or even you could take a classic bench and do the same thing. Is this going to make your bench press stronger? Yes, it is. Bigger pecs, bigger delts, bigger triceps, okay? Get in and do rep work. And notice I'm not ego lifting this, right? It's only 225, but what are we doing? Full ranges of motion, pause, control, no cheating. Get in and build muscle. Get in and build muscle. What else are you going to see me doing? You're going to see me doing some weighted pull-ups. I'm doing them the hard way too. So it's like, fairly close grip, long range of motion, dead hang at the bottom. Okay. Yeah, I can do a lot more weight if I do a different style, especially if I do neutral grip, man. But what about when I do that really hard version? Let's just come in and build muscle, right? And this could apply to all your lower body stuff too. I'm just giving examples of upper body here. Again, weighted pull-ups. They're going to carry over to your big lifts? Of course they are. Of course they are. You're building lats, rear delts, traps, biceps, forearms, grip strength, abdominals, right? This is good stuff. You want to get strong, get weighted pull-ups. They'll carry over to all your big 3. Do get real good at volume and rep work on a weighted pull-up. You'll get stronger. Okay, because again, muscle mass, support musculature, The more muscle you have, the higher force you can produce. This has been proven repeatedly in the lab. Muscle mass raises your strength ceiling, hands down. This is not even debated anymore. Get bigger, get jacked. You know, and these are perfect examples. I mean, 2 great exercises to get jacked. Incline benching, weighted pull-ups. Those will make most guys pretty dang jacked. You get good at them, enough reps, right? Get real strong at your rep work. You'll get jacked, and you'll get stronger. Dynamic. How about, so over here I'm doing box work. You see me doing some plyometrics. Anything that improves speed. Jumping, sprinting to some extent, yeah. Power cleans, snatches, speed work, dynamic effort work like Louis Simmons taught, speed boxes against bands and chains. Okay, it all makes you faster, it all makes you more explosive. Does this improve your lifts? Yes, it does. And most coaches agree. Higher rate of force production. And we can do a lot more of it. You can only do so much heavy squatting. You can do a lot of boxing. Like for me right here, I did 10 triples within a matter of minutes. You know, when I did these, this is a lot of repeated high rate of force production. That speed is going to carry over to your lifts. In other words, you need to be athletic. You see where we're going with a lot of this? If you want to be really and truly strong, you need to be fit. So you can see all that rep work. Weighted body weight exercises are phenomenal. But again, jumping, throwing. Okay? And then what do you see? You see me doing sled work, conditioning. Now, I run a lot too. For those who are unaware, I usually do, right now, I do a 5K 4 times a week, barefoot for time. So again, I stay fit, but let's talk about the sled. The sled, your general physical preparedness, like especially a sled sprint, you'll get bigger from it. You will get bigger weighted carries, loaded carries, sled work, barbell complexes, kettlebell swings, strength-based conditioning. Why? 1, we get bigger from it. You'll gain more muscle. More muscle equals more strength. You get bigger legs on a sled, your squat's going to go up. See where we're going with this? Get bigger on those weighted carries, your deadlift's going to go up. All right. A lot of all my stuff, you guys know, this is all geared towards squats right now because squat makes everything go up for me. So again, the sprinting here. Conditioning. Why? Faster recovery. You recover better between sets, you better recover between workouts. You get bigger, you get more fit, you clear waste products faster. It allows you to train more effectively for strength. Okay? So as Louis Simmons would put it, if you really and truly want elite levels of strength, you need to train all 4 of these components. And I agree with that. And that's why I agree and call these the 4 cornerstones of strength training. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.